Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Farid Fazdil, student Part 5, Diploma of Banking.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nordila Alibati Saleh, Matric Card 2019876308.
So hello, my name is Nurul Shamila Adiba binti Jafri with matrix number 2019411742.
My name is Cipakan Natasha binti Abdul Ghaffar, nombor matrik 2019283184.
September 2015, the diagram start with number 1 and we need to draw arrow for 3 activity which are A1, C2 and E1. A1 will produce D3 and B1 when E1 will produce I5 and H4. For activity F3, from past 4, there are 3 arrows. Next, we can proceed to question B, which is we need to calculate EET and LET. First, we need to draw 2 boxes, where EET at upper box and LET at the lower box. For EET, we look at the head and tail of arrow, which means EET is head and the LET is tail. For EET, we need to calculate from left to right and choose the highest value to show the starting point. And we move along the activity. Okay, for pass 1. Pass 1 move along to path 2, 0 plus 1 to 1. From pass 1 to path 5, 0 plus 1 equal to 1. For pass 3, 1 plus 3 equal to 4. There are 3 heads at path 4, which are 4 plus 0 equal to 4. 1 plus 1 equal to 2 and 0 plus 2 equal to 2. So we choose the highest value, which is 4 instead of 2. For pass 6, they also have 2 heads, which are 1 plus 5 equal to 6 and 4 plus 3 equal to 7. Between 7 and 6, we choose 7 for EET at pass 6. Move along to pass 7. 4 plus 2 equal to 6 and 7 plus 1 equal to 8. Obviously, 8 is the highest value, so we choose 8. For pass 8, we got 10 because 7 plus 3 equal to 10 from activity K3. The last pass is 9 and we got 12 because 8 plus 4 equal to 12. We choose the value from activity L4 instead of the value from activity M1 because 10 plus 1 equal to 11. After we complete to count EET, we need to count LET the movement. For LET is from right to left, so the starting point we start from path 9, which is 12. From path 9 to path 8, 12 minus 1 equal to 11. Why? From path 9 to path 7, 12 minus 4 equal to 8. Move along to path 6. They have 2 tails, which are from path 7. 8 minus 1 equal to 7 and path 8, 11 minus 3 equal to 8. So we choose the lowest value, which is 7 instead of 8. For path 5, they have also 2 tails, which are 7 minus 5 equal to 2 and 11 minus 4 equal to 7. So we choose 2 because 2 is the lowest value. For pass 4, we get 4 because 7 minus 3 equal to 4. So the pass 3 we get 4 because 4 minus 0 equal to 4. Instead of 8 minus 2 equal to 6, move along to path 2. 4 minus 1 equal to 3 and 4 minus 3 equal to 1. So we choose 1 because 1 is the lowest value. For the last pass we which is 1. They have 3 tails, which are 1 minus 1 equal to 0, 4 minus 2 equal to 2, and 2 minus 1 equal to 1. So we choose 0 because 0 is the lowest value. With that, the EET and LET already complete. Question C. The completion time of project 12 weeks, because from path 1 to path 9, the EET and LET we get 12 weeks. For question D, the critical path and the critical activities. The critical path 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 6 to 7 and to 9. And the critical activities A, D, dummy, F, J, and L.
For question E, if activity H is reversed to 9 weeks instead of 4 weeks, what would happen to the project completion time? For this question, use formula total float. LET of head minus EET of tail minus duration, and look for the old duration and new duration. For the old duration, we got 11 minus week 1 minus week 4 equal to 6 weeks. Meanwhile, for the new duration, we get 11 minus 1 minus 9 equal to 1 weeks. So, if activity H is reversed to 9 weeks instead of 4 weeks, the project will complete on time. For the question F, calculate the free float and independent float for activity K. Free float formula is EET of head minus with EET of tail minus with duration. We get 10 minus 7 minus 3 equal to 0. And for the independent float, we need to use formula EET of head minus with LET of tail minus with duration, which we get 10 minus 7 minus 3, and it's equal to 0.
So for the first question, it's asked to construct the appropriate Perk diagram. For the project, the diagram starts with number 1 and draw an arrow for a single activity for A4 and B3. Activity A will produce C5 and D8, while activity B will produce E8 and F8. Then for activity C and D, it will produce activity G6. In this situation, we need to use dummy because C and D are not end at the same subset. Draw two nodes which are node 4 at C5 and node 5 at D8. Therefore, we put the dummy from node 4 to node 5. The dummy is represent activity C, which is the duration for dummy is 0. Draw a line from node 5 represent activity G, 6. Next, for activity E and F will produce activity H10. This situation also same like activity G, that we need to put dummy because both E and F not ended at the same successive node. Draw node C represent activity F while node 7 represent activity E. Then we put dummy starting from node C to node 7. Next, draw a straight line from node 7 which is represent activity H and the duration of 10 weeks. Moreover, for activity I is preceded by activity F from node 6 and activity J is preceded by activity G from node 8. Also, for last activity, which activity K is preceded by 3 activities which are H, I, and J from node number 9, and activity K will end at node number 10. In order to get the EET, we must look at the head of the arrow in each activity, and it is starting with 0. For activity A, the duration time is 4 weeks, and we start at node number 2. Same goes to activity B, duration time is 3 weeks, and we start at node number 3. EET node 4, the step is node 2 plus duration. For activity C, you will get 9. For node 5 has 2 arrowheads, which is we get from activity D, because 4 plus 8 equal to 12 is more bigger rather than dummy C. For node 6, we add 3 plus 8 equal to 11. For node 7, we has 2 arrowheads, and we should choose which is the biggest value. Since both activity has the same value, which is 11 for node 7. EET for Note 9 has 3 activities, which is for activity J, we got 34, activity H, we got 21, and activity I, we got 23. So for EET, Note 9 is 34 since it is the highest value. And lastly, for Note 10, we add 34 plus 8 equal to 42. So to get LET amount, we calculate from behind, which means we look at the scale of the arrow. So we can see for LET, we start at the node number 10, which is 42, where we reverse back the amount by minus the duration time. So we can get 0 at the end of the LET. Therefore, to get node number 9, we minus 42 minus 8 equal to 34. And node number 8 is equal 18. And node number 5 is equal to 12. While node 4, we minus 12 minus 0 is equal to 12. Next, for node number 2, we have 2 arrow tail. And we need to choose the lowest one. So we choose arrow at activity D, we get 12 minus 8 equal 4. For node 7 is equal 24. And for 6, we have 2 arrow tail. And we choose activity I equal to 22. For node 3, also have 2 activities which we must choose the smaller value, and we get 14 for node 3. So we can get 0 for the last node because 4 minus 0 equal to 0. Moving on to the next question, determine completion time of the project. The completion time of the project is 42 weeks because EET and LET for the last event on node 10 is 42 weeks. Next question is identify the critical path and critical activities. The critical path of the project is the longest time of the project. All activities along the critical path are called critical activities that need to be complete on time. The critical paths are 1, 2, 5, 8, 9, and 10, while the critical activities are A, D, G, J, and K.
For question E, if activity H is reversed to 20 weeks instead of 10 weeks, what will happen to the project completion time? For this question, use the total float formula and look for the old duration and new duration. So, LET of H minus with EET of 10 minus with duration, which is 34 minus 11 minus 10 equal to 13 weeks. And for the new duration, which is 34 minus 11 minus 20, we will get 3 weeks from the answer. So if the activity H is reversed from 10 to 20 weeks, the project will complete on time. Calculate the free float and independent float for activity F. So for free float formula, EETH minus with EETT minus with D, which is 11 minus 3 minus 8 equal to 0 weeks. And for independent float, EETH minus LETT minus D, which is 11 minus 14 minus 8, we will get minus 11 weeks.
Next, I will continue with a past year question, which is March 2017. Okay, so the first question is we need to construct the PERT diagram. As pointed on the slide, we need to start the diagram with number 1 to start the activity with A and B is a single. A will produce C and E, and activity B will produce the D. So, to produce activity F, we need a combination of D and E, and we can combine it with one number. Next, the combination of C, D, E will produce activity G with E and D, representing a dummy to combine with a C to produce a G. After that, activity G will produce H and activity F will produce I. So, activity H and I can combine in one number, which is 8 to produce J. So, like we have a starting, we also have the ending. So, to close the activity J, we need to end with a number, which is number 9. So, the next question is we need to calculate the earliest event time and the latest event time. So, what we need to know is EET, we need to plus and take the highest number, while LET we need to minus and take the lowest number. The node above is EET, so we must start with a 0. So 0 plus 9 equal to 9 for number 2 and 0 plus 8 equal to 8 for number 3. Next, for number 5, we have 2 head which is come from number 2 and 3. So 8 plus 4 equal to 12 and 9 plus 10 equal to 19. So we need to take the highest number which is 19. Next, number 4 also have a 2 head which is come from number 2 and 5. So 8 plus 9 equal to 17 and with a dummy is a 0, so 19 plus 0 is 19. So LET for number 4 is 19. For G, we only have a 1 head, so 19 plus 7 equal to 26, and F also have a 1 head, so 19 plus 9 equal to 28. For number 8, we have 2 head which is come from number 6 and 7. So 28 plus 11 equal to 39 and 26 plus 12 equal to 38. We need to take the highest number. So number 8 is 39. And for the last one, 39 plus 6 equal to 45. To calculate LET, we need to start from backward with 45. So remember, to calculate LET, we need to minus. So 45 minus 6, we get 39. 39 minus 12, we get 27 for number 7. And 39 minus 11, we get 28 for number 6. For number 4, we have only one tail, so 27 minus 7 equal to 20. And for number 5, we have 2 tail, which is come from number 4 and number 6. So 20 minus 0 equal to 20, and 28 minus 9 equal to 19. So we need to take the lowest number for LET, which is 19. For number 3, 19 minus 4 equal to 15. For number 2, we have 2 tail, which is come from number 4 and 5. So 20 minus 8 equal to 12, and 19 minus 10 equal to 9. So we need to take the lowest number for LET. So number 2 is 9. And the last one, we also have a 2 tail, which is come from number 2 and 3. So 9 minus 9 equal to 0, and 15 minus 8 equal to 7. So for the last node for LET is, we get the 0, which is the lowest number for LET. The question C, we need to determine the complication time of the project that we already calculate to find EET and LET. So the answer is 45 months. For the question D, we need to identify the critical path and the critical activities. So the critical path is 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 9. And the critical activities is A, E, F, I, J. And for the question E, activities that can be delayed is B, C, D, G, H.
For question F, calculate the total float for activity D and G. So the first step, you have to look at the both activity asked, which is D and G. After that, you can start calculate by using the formula of total float, which is LET of head minus VET of 10 minus with direction. For the total float D, it's 19 minus 8 minus 4 equal to 7 months. And for total float G, 27 minus 19 minus 7 equal to 1 month.